Welcome back to the shrine. Little unboxing. What we're gonna do today, talk about bicycle computers. For about 10 years I've been using a Garmin computer, and it was okay. It was really hard to download the workouts and then put them online. Software was crashing. This thing was 12 years old, probably designed 2005, and then this couple of years until it goes to market. I had issues with the battery, so I ended up tossing the Garmin, and I've been using my phone to record workouts. This is an iPhone 5S, I guess. There's a software called Strava. You can put Strava on your phone, and it will use a GPS and your shoe size and your urine sample to figure out how fast you go and what kind of lap times you are doing. It's all nice, but if you want to see on the spot how fast you are going, you need something for the handlebar. And I was hesitant to mount the phone on a handlebar just because all the shaking and rattling, and you can buy nice holders for it, but I was still hesitant to do it. So I just wanted something small, and this is one of these bike computers that you can buy on eBay. These cost like 10-15 bucks, and I had several of these. Actually, I crashed last year one point, and this one of these fall off and went into the bushes, and I never found it. So that was 15 bucks right on the spot, but it was only 15 bucks and not 350 bucks or 500 bucks. That's how much a Garmin costs. These are simple. They just tie on like that to the handlebar with a rubber ring, and it uses a 3032 battery, I guess, CR3032 maybe, and this is wireless. So I was looking for something along these lines, but a little different. So this is what I found. Bicycle computer, new generation, multifunctional bicycle computer, 2-in-1, 3-in-1. So just check the proper check mark here, and you're gonna figure out which one it is. So this one says 3-in-1. So what I was looking for is speed and cadence, and this one only gives me speed. So it has a sensor that mounts to the front wheel or the rear wheel. The wheel has a magnet on it, like this one, a wheel magnet. Just put it on the spoke, turns around, you put in the size of the wheel, figures out the speed, pretty easy. This will automatically turn on and off. The battery lasts, I'd say, more than a year, both in this and in the Dachik. Dachik, that's a Russian. Okay, let's see what's the English word. In a sensor. Okay, sensor is at the wheel. So this is made in China. It says 2-bike system, current speed, average speed, max speed, trip distance, auto trip timer, service reminders for bike 1 and 2, speed comparator, speed tendency, odometer, safe function, total distance for bike 1, 2, current cadence, I guess that's supposed to be current cadence, average cadence, maximum cadence, current heart rate, max heart rate, min heart rate zone alert, calories counter, fat buoyant, I guess that's supposed to be fat burned, digital clock with 1224 format, kilometer, mile selection, temperature with CF selection, so I guess that's Celsius and Fahrenheit, auto start stop, auto wake up, auto power off. Okay, this is straight from eBay, and it's got no branding on it. I don't see it. It just says bicycle computer functions. I guess none of those are branding information. $30.59. So let's do a proper unpackaging. There's some plastic stuff here that needs to be broken and discarded properly. There's some plastic on the other side. These guys sell a lot of this tape. Sticks well. Okay. Empty box, cardboard box. Zip ties. There's a magnet. There's some padding here. Different padding and double-sided tape. Probably for mounting. Instruction manual. Cycle computer. BC335. That's what it says. Some more instructions here. One page shows a road bike, not a mountain bike. Shows how to put in the battery for the strap. All the fun stuff. I didn't actually know it comes with the strap, but here's the strap. Okay, that's for your chest. And you can set different size. Here's the frame for the handlebar. Again, it has some padding, which means you can put it on different sizes. This is all plastic. I wouldn't call it stout, especially this part here. Looks like what they did here is it's made from two pieces. So there's a clamshell here. You can see this lower piece, and the clamp itself is a clamshell. And then there's an insert here, a plastic insert that's glued in. So it's not solid. And it looks like it's about 1.5 millimeter wall thickness. So this is really thin. If I twist it, it will twist easily. And when first time I tried it, it made a cracking sound, a crackling sound. So I don't know. We'll see how it works. Here's the chest strap. Okay, it's got an open close. I have probably 5-6 different one of these. I got a Polar. I have one for the Garmin. I have a Wahoo that I've been using. Now there's this no-name brand. If your chest strap doesn't turn on first time, you gotta put some saliva here, some kind of water. At least that's how it works on a Garmin. That's where it has some kind of sensing elements embedded in it. Okay, here's another holder. I'm not sure what this guy actually does. Maybe you can mount it on a flat surface with a double-sided tape. And there's a sensor. Okay, so here we have the sensor. No freaking idea. This is probably the speed sensor, and this is the cadence sensor, just as it says. Okay, yeah, just read the freaking manual. So cadence sensor, speed sensor, and then you can see the holes here. So this is, you know, you can use the zip ties. Zip ties go through these holes and then mount it to the frame. And the same thing with this guy. So contrary to the previous one, this one I always mounted it on a front, for the front wheel. So this is gonna be for the rear wheel. And here's the readout itself. Okay, so that's the size of the wheel. So when you first set it up, you gotta plug in the size of the wheel. It looks like it's got the battery installed. So when usually you buy one of these, there's a little tab, or the battery is installed and the battery has a sticker on it, so you have to remove the cover and remove the sticker from the battery, but it looks like that's not the case here. Had to go and get a proper implement, which these both can work as an implement. Most of the people just use a quarter in the US. So you can plug this in here and basically use that to open the battery cover. 2032 battery inside. There's no sticker on the battery, so the battery was installed in a factory. Okay, so it says reset inside, CR2032 3-volt battery. These are lithium. Chuang, ciao. I'm gonna put this back. I guess that's how you reset it. That's what they're referring to. You remove the battery. When you see the reset, that means that the battery has been removed and it was reset. There's really no any kind of clicking motion when I close this, and that's just plastic. It's got the big burrs on it. It's got the burrs on the side. So I mean, this is for 30 bucks. You would buy something like this from Garmin and or Polar or any of the big manufacturers. That would be in a range of, you know, 300, 500 bucks. So this is the sensor. Again, there's a little wire here. I remember my old Garmin sensor and even the Wahoo sensor, it had an arm here that you can move up and down, and so this would engage the wheel sensor, and then that other one would engage the cadence sensor or the pedal. So let's see if this has a battery in it. Same kind of open close. It doesn't pop out, but once I remove it, then you can see the battery inside. It's a 3-volt battery. Okay, it's not Chow guy. It's got some kind of Chinese characters on it. It says lithium battery, CR2032 3 volts. And there is no writing inside. That's all it is. It says on the packaging CR2032. Okay, and then close. So there's supposed to be some kind of pairing between this and that, and also the strap. There's a button here, some kind of bolt. You can untwist the bolt, and then this clamp can be positioned in different positions, but the positioning of the clamp is not really solid. So I guess there's some serration inside. Okay, you can see the serration inside. Okay, it's got a serration, and the inside piece has a serration. So when you push them together, they should lock, but it's not really a matching pair, I would say. It seems as if this one has a different number of divisions than this one. Okay, I'm just gonna put it back like so, and we're gonna look at the manual. So here's a manual. It's 2-page printed cycle computer instruction manual. Again, I'm looking here for that same part number, but okay, so you can see this has 235 and 335, and the difference between them is that the 235 doesn't have current, max, min, and heart rate. So the 235 doesn't have the heart rate, the 335 has the heart rate. So simply the instruction manual says BC335, so bicycle computer 335. It's the upgraded version. So it says, warning, this bike computer is not a medical instrument. It's only an auxiliary tool designed to provide heart rate information for training, blah, blah, blah. This computer has 3 menus, the bike, CAD, and HRM. It says service reminder. It automatically tracks distance traveled and reminds you to service your bike according to the distance entered. Zone 1. It's pretty interesting. The instruction manual actually makes sense. So it's not one of those Chinese instruction manuals translated from Russian with Google. You can go to setup mode by either. You know, you never see something like this when it's Chinese translation by either. You know, that's just it shows that somebody wrote this who knows English. Set new zone. Go to zone function. Hold the button A until set new zone appear. Auto power off. Manual wake up. Auto wake up. EL backlight. The normal function on the product might be distributed by strong electromagnetic interference. Awesome. And there's an different instruction manual here, which doesn't have many words. It basically has a bunch of different languages. Out of that, I know installation, serelés, and ustanovka. Ustanovka will be Russian, serelés is Hungarian. And that's pretty much it. Installation. Installierung, I guess that's German. But it basically says, number 1, put it on a handlebar. Number 2, you know, put on the cadence and speed sensor. 2 and 3. 4, magnet on the bike spoke, and then 5 is a magnet on the crank arm. And basically it shows here how to install it on the handlebar, which we're gonna do ultimately. And it shows how to install these auxiliaries. So let's see the little package. The little package has a bunch of zip ties. Okay, so there is 2, 4, 8 pieces of zip ties. There's a rubber pad here. Okay, there's the biggest magnet I've ever seen. This is for the crank arm, and then this magnet is for the bicycle spoke, and you can see it has 2 different sizes here. So if you have a flat bladed spoke, then this end is going to engage. Okay, this end is for the flat bladed spoke, and then this end for the round spoke. So this is a step up from what we had, you know, even 5 or 10 years ago. Those are magnets, yeah. And there's some padded rubber straps here that they included. So if I look at this, it will slide in like so. Okay, and it clicks. So there's the tab underneath. So somehow you need to get underneath, lift the tab, and then you can unslide it or remove it. This is a little padding material that can be installed under the plastic holder, and then the plastic holder can be zip tied down to the handlebar like so. Okay, I'm gonna get a bike and put this on, see how it works. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is measure the wheel circumference. This is my slate. It's got 700 wheels on it. I just want to check if the tire's inflated. Looks right. So what I have here is a centimeter or millimeter tape measure that's laid out. Okay, the first thing we're going to want to do is align the valve on the front wheel with the tape measure. Okay, that's the end of the tape measure. And next, what we're gonna do is turn it for a full revolution. Okay, so the valve is down again, and you can see that the measurement is 2075 millimeters. So once it's turned on, this is going to start flashing. So with the left button you can toggle between the numbers. Okay, so there's cycle 1, cycle 2, you can see the C1 switched. So here we can set kilometers, miles, age, weight, all the different things, zones, and then once you're done with it, it will go back to the original state. Here's clock, 24 hour, 12 hour. Okay, and service, Celsius, clock, there you go. I didn't open the heart rate monitor. It's got no marking on it clearly. It has an oval here for marking. So I'm guessing that this is being sold under different trade names. This rubber has a strong scent to it. In the industry, we would call it degassing. Both of them. So it's not the plastic, it's the rubber piece. Has a strong odor. The thing about these that you're gonna wear them, you're gonna sweat, and then this will have to go into washer. I think this piece, the strap piece, can go to the washer, and you can wash it. Hopefully it will not get caught inside the washer or inside the dryer, but I wouldn't put this piece in a washer. So just gonna apply a little saliva to these pads here. It's got no marking which one's up, which one's down, so I'm just gonna put it on my chest and then see when the heart rate comes on. This is interesting. This says here button B and button A, and it's pointing down to the bottom, and then this one has the button on the top. I also found something interesting here. So check this out. Okay, so if you want to remove the battery cover and the battery, use a coin that has dollars on it. If you don't use one with the dollars, it's not going to open. Okay, heart rate mode. So it's supposed to show the heart rate if I switch, but it's showing the RPM here. So I need to switch between those or toggle between those. I just need to figure out which button I need to press. Okay, let's just press a button. Cadence, heart rate, pulse, clock, cadence, heart rate, pulse, 78. Jumping up and down, it shows 83, so it's working. It is working. Okay, let me do a couple more jumps. I'm just going to zoom on in, see what it does. Woo! I'm alive! Okay, here's what I did. I put the little padding under the plastic holder, and two zip ties hold it nicely to the stem. And then this one slides in, so there's no obstruction from the handlebar clamp, so I can just slide it in and then it will lock in. But I don't want to put it on right now. I just want to show you. This is how I set up the wheel sensor and the cadence sensor. So you can see when I'm turning this, you can see the RPM here going up. Clock, cadence. Okay, so there's cadence. So you can see the cadence here is showing 56, 57. So I guess this RPM here is showing the cadence. You can see it's the same number. And as far as the wheel speed go, it's not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna go and pedal. You can see the wheel is spinning and it's showing the speed. So I'm gonna double check that with the GPS on my phone, see how it works. So there you go. Bike computer, $30. Even if you crash and it flies off of your bike, I think it's worth the $30. Let's see if I'm still alive. Okay, I'm still alive. 94, 92 and going. So, thanks for checking in. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.